More Super Bowl talk coming your way from Las Vegas. Brian Blessing, always thrilled to be with you at bangthebook.com. And we're going to focus on the aerial attack, but in particular, the receivers. And for the Chiefs, let's go to the two big guys. Tyreek Hill, first reception over 13.5 yards. Don't forget those. They look like jet sweeps, but sometimes those are forward passes. Those are little shovel passes. So that's actually a pass. And that 13.5. We know he can stretch the field, but that one might be a touch dicey. I like the longest reception over 27.5. At some point he's going to get deep because they'll be paying attention to Kelce. Total yards for Hill, 73.5. The one thing is with Hill, you can get 40, 50-yard play, and he can go over 73.5 yards with only 4 catches. How about total receptions? 5.5 for Tyreek Hill. And then rushing yards is also listed on the board for him at 5.5. But again, those aren't necessarily rushes. Sometimes, again, those are little shovel passes. They're receptions, not rushing plays. As for Kelce, he was the focal point of the offense for them against Tennessee. Against Houston, rather. They didn't really need him against Tennessee, or he was taken away against Tennessee. But his first catch, 10.5 yards. Total yards via receptions for Kelce, 75.5 yards. Will he score a touchdown? The no's the favorite, but a slight favorite, minus $1.40. Longest catch for Kelce. This one's intriguing to me because he's a big target over the middle, but he has the run after the catch mentality, and he is tough to bring down. I like this over 21.5 yards for Kelce's longest reception. Total catches, 6.5 yards. Then with Sammy Watkins, and here's a guy, if they really focus on either Kelce or Hill, Sammy Watkins could be one of the main players and maybe even a focal point of the game plan for Andy Reid. Total receiving yards for Sammy Watkins is only 47.5 yards. That's the guy I think you can target and play him over the total. Other side of the equation, Tebow Samuel is so active in this San Francisco offense, but the fact is, when the running game's going, Garoppolo's not throwing, but Samuel also runs the ball. His total catch is 4.5 yards. Will he score a touchdown? The no's minus $1.60. Rushing yards for Tebow Samuel. Rushing yards, 17.5, and he usually gets 3 carries a game. Emmanuel Sanders, if San Francisco needs to throw the football, if they get behind in this game, Sanders is the guy that can go over a pretty low total of 41.5 yards. His longest catch is 17.5 yards. Total receptions for Sanders is 2.5. Again, it's all a function of who do you think is going to get the lead. And don't forget, guys that go over the totals in many instances are guys that are on the losing team. And Kendrick Bourne, he only gets a handful of catches a game, but they could be big ones. 27.5 yards projected. His longest catch is 16.5. I think I like Kelce to go over 21.5, his longest reception, and think that Emmanuel Sanders could be a sneaky play, as is the case with Sammy Watkins. I think one of those guys is going to have to be a focal point of the offense. If San Francisco runs the ball downhill, all bets are off. But I, again, look for Sammy Watkins. I think he could be a sneaky player for you. So you're looking at wide receivers and guys that can catch the ball. There's an opportunity to make some dough in the big game.